Where are you from, Dan, and what position are you in?
I am in Chesapeake, Virginia, Hampton Roads area, and I am the agent services coordinator. My wife just got promoted to team leader.
Nice.
So yeah, and the only reason our MCA is not on the call right now is because she's on another call. So I'm the note taker for the entire leadership team today.
There you go. No pressure.
Yeah.
You got 2 hours to build every system your market center needs
Yes.
and communicate it. Hey, Sarah.
Hello. Good to see you. Oh,
Good
I
to
don't
see
want
you. Oh, here everybody's coming now. Now I can see you. Hey, guys. We're going to let everybody get in here and then we're going to get started. While people are jumping in, if you guys don't mind, just jump over to the chat for me and put in what market center you're from, what market center you're a part of, and what you're looking forward to most, or like the number one system that you feel your market center could use work on. Just love to know what market center, what position too. We get all kinds of different roles in this class, which is a lot of fun. So got a team leader from 1176. Is that Amisha? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm looking for you. 1176. Oh, yeah, there she is. Yes, ma'am. Market Center 362. Stephanie. Stephanie, what position are you in? Oh, MCA. I see it. Clearly, I'm not an MCA because I missed important details. Market Center. We've got agent services in here. Awesome. We're going to start in about 2 minutes. Make sure everybody's in here. I see 538, Market Center 538, Sarah, my friend from Northern. You're in Michigan, right, Sarah? Northern Michigan?
Toledo.
Toledo. Oh, Northern Ohio. That's right. Northern Ohio. New Market Center launch. Has anybody in this training been here before? Is anybody this like your second or third time? Oh, good. New people. We're gonna go through a bunch of stuff and just in full transparency, it would be very normal to feel overwhelmed. Okay. The thing I want to share with you guys is, why am I teaching this class? I'm not overqualified. I've just messed up enough that I get to share some of the things we learned and what we put in place to help us. Just a little background. My name's Tara Smith. I am a market center operating principal in 2 market centers. So I own an office in Lexington, Kentucky, and in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I'm a MAPS leadership coach. I do KWU approved trainer, and have done lots of things around our Keller Williams universe, I guess, since I joined in 2013. So just a little bit of my story. I joined Keller Williams in 2013. They tried to recruit me for 3 years. I was an agent at an independent brokerage in our city, about a $5 million producer, and Keller Williams called for 3 years. And every time they would call, I would just hang the phone up on them. So that was that was my objection handler, or my objection was just hang the phone up. So in 2013, I did a transaction with a guy that actually did not have horns and a tail. He was a really nice guy, Keller Williams agent, and he took me out to coffee. Like, this is by the book. He said, "Would you go have a coffee with me? I want to learn about your business." So I bought it, hook, line, and sinker, out to coffee. He handed me the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? I had never seen it. I was like, this is cool. I want to know how to build a great real estate business. Took it home, read the entire book in 2 days, called him and said, okay, Keller Williams has been trying to get me to come meet for 3 years, and I'm ready. I read the book. I want to come in and talk to your office manager. I went in, met with the office manager, moved my business, which at that time I had 35 active listings, moved my business 2 weeks later. And part of my opportunity to join Keller Williams was I was offered an investor opportunity. So I just, full transparency, y'all, I joined Keller Williams because of profit share. So I am one of those people that, like, when I tell the story of Keller Williams and our value, I always talk about profit share because it is the one of the main reasons I joined. And then I got an investor opportunity. Part of being an investor, is anybody on this call an investor in a market center? Yeah. Part of being an investor is you have to travel to Austin and take a class called Franchise Systems Orientation. So I had been at Keller Williams for 2 weeks, and I got on an airplane for the first time in my adult life and traveled to Austin, Texas. It was very scary, and learned all about this company that I was getting ready to invest in. And I had one of those pivotal life-changing moments in Austin, and got on the plane ride home. And it was like what I felt my purpose in life, my passion for real estate, and Keller Williams collided at FSO. And I got on the plane and I was crying. I had the One Thing book. I was like sobbing. The plane was taking off. I texted my operating principal, or my team leader. He was my team leader at the time. And I said, I don't know what this KW is about, but I'm going all in, blah, 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 blah. And he said, when you get home, I'd like to talk to you about our team leader opportunity. I said, what's a team leader? He said, it's a CEO. So I get out my phone and I Google, what does a CEO do? I was a stay-at-home mom before I got into real estate. I had no idea. So that is how I got into the Keller Williams world. And that year, that was 2014, I stepped into the team leader role, and we launched the #1 market center in the country that year, which was in Lexington for volume launches. And I went on to be in the role for about a year. I stepped into MAPS coaching shortly after. And that was 2014. In 2017, got asked to be part of a second market center launch in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we helped launch that market center. It launched in 2017. And then I went back to coaching full time. There's a reason I'm telling you all of this. In 2019, my operating principal in Cincinnati called me and said, Tara, I need to replace the team leader. Market center is amazing. Everything is working perfectly. All I need you to do is come in and recruit. So I started driving to Cincinnati as an interim team leader. Anybody want to guess what I found in Cincinnati? It was not a market center that was running perfectly. Not a market center running perfectly. So my very first day on the job, I stepped into a leadership huddle and I said, hey guys, I'm Tara. I'm going to be in the interim team leader role. I'm very excited because we're going to kickstart this market center. We're going to start grossing 10 agents a month. And we're going to grow this market center to where we were, which is 95 agents, to over 150 agents as quick as possible. And my leadership team looked at me like I had grown 2 heads. I stepped out of the huddle and my MCA pulled me aside and she said, Tara, I just want to be really honest with you. Nobody on our leadership team outside of the team leader has ever been asked to be a part of growth in the market center. And I was like, really? Isn't this a team sport? She's like, yeah, nobody here has ever been asked to be a part of growth. And so I'm like, well, that's interesting. I own this company and it doesn't sound like a KW office. Okay. Second thing that happened is I stepped into an ALC meeting that week and I said, hey guys, we're going to start grossing 10 agents a month. And 100% of my ALC looked at me and said, we will never refer an agent to this company because the onboarding experience is so horrific. And that is where I started. That year, so that market center, we grossed 10, 90 days later, hired my first capper 90 days later. And between 2019, the end of 2019 and the end of 2020, we grossed 137 agents. We netted 72 agents. So we black belted in 2 categories. And we've been a black belting market center ever since. We black belt every year. And I primarily credit that to the systems that we built, which you guys, that's what you're here for. But I want you guys to know that it's been a journey and a lot of bumps and bruises and learning what works, and the things that we fixed have come as a result of failure, honestly. Okay, so want to give you a little bit of background. I now own 2 market centers. I am now the operating principal in Lexington. My market centers are in the top in the region for gross and net, and we run the same systems in both market centers and are having great success. Most of these systems I'm going to show you guys are in Google, so spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets, and I'm going to walk you through the system. So we'll go through half of them today, half of them next week. You guys will get a recording of the training today. You're also going to get a sample of each system that you can create a copy of and edit for your market center. Okay. And then if there's anything missing or anything I say that you're like, hey, can I get that? I will gladly give it to you. Most of what we have in Google and we have in Canva, so we can very easily share templates. Sound good? Anybody have any thoughts or questions? Anybody gotten the opportunity to go into an amazing, working perfectly market center and find out that it's not working that way? Or is that just me? Yeah, that's pretty much every market center. Yeah. So somebody said they are excited. Sarah said she's excited to see the packets given to the agent. So I'm guessing like the orientation binder we give out. And then onboarding, recruiting, reasons to love KW, all of that stuff. The one thing I'll tell you guys, growth matters. And you hear this everywhere in our world. There's something about the number 10, grossing 10, that's a magic number, because every 2 or 3 days, we're hiring an agent that comes in and they are so excited about onboarding and training and coaching and technology. It creates an energy that it creates a buzz, right? And every time you hire an agent, you're either, okay, so let me just say it this way. Every single day in your market center, you're either rehiring and keeping the agents you have, or you're losing them. And so every little piece of what we do matters. The stories we tell, the energy we bring, what do we do when we hire a person? You guys know that retention begins at onboarding. So in Cincinnati, I went through, the first thing I did is I called all the agents we'd hired and lost. I found 5 people, 5 cappers we had onboarded, and they left our company in less than 2 weeks because of the experience. That's $100,000 in company dollar. So everything we do matters, and everything we do either solidifies the decision to join Keller Williams, or it creates fear and doubt about the decision to join Keller Williams. Okay, so that's what we're going to go through today. Anybody have questions before we start? I know that was a lot of dialogue, but I want to give you guys just a little bit of why I do this class. Okay, so we are going to start. We're actually going to start with onboarding. I'm going to share my screen. So this is what you guys are going to get access to. It's a drive file with all the resources, each resource. So you'll have a video link. We also have a closed group, Facebook group for anybody who attends, that you guys can take these systems, level them up if you want to, and then share what you're doing. Share new little tips and tricks you're adding and ideas that you have. I'm going to start with onboarding because I truly believe it's the number one piece of us growing a market center, the experience that we have. So first of all, if you are a part of the onboarding team in a market center, if you have a team leader that is not confident that the things they promise people in recruiting is not going to happen when they come to onboard, it will slow down your team leader's ability to recruit. And what I mean is they're not there. If they don't know that you're going to catch the people that they're bringing to you and take great care of them, they'll stop hiring, which I see happen all the time in coaching. The other thing that's really, really, really important is the goal with onboarding is to create momentum. So I want you guys to write this down on your sheet of paper. Have you successfully, so if you went back and looked at every person you onboarded for the year, have we gotten 3 referrals for additional people to join Keller Williams from the hires that we made? Are we creating raving fans? If they're not bringing you names of people because of their experience, then you have work to do. And most of the team leaders I coach right now in market centers I coach, they're literally going through their onboarding trackers and they're calling every single person and saying, our job is to build your downline this year. And we want to make sure between now and the end of the year, we've successfully added someone to your downline. Okay, so important. This is your biggest opportunity to get referrals. All right, so I'm going to open this tracker. This is our onboarding tracker, okay? At this point, so you guys, we're pro command. I want to be really transparent. We are pro command. We're pro command MC. At this point, the command pipeline stages do not allow for the in-depth experience that we choose to offer. When it does, we'll move this into command, okay? When I started in Cincinnati, we had purchased a program called Macromotus, which is a system that does onboarding, and it never got set up. So we're paying for it every month and it was never set up. And I asked my MCA, why haven't we set it up? And she said, well, I just haven't sent the list in. And I said, do we have an onboarding list? And she said, yeah. And I said, where is it? And she said, it's in my head. So I said, okay, unless you want me to call you at 3 a.m. when I wake up freaking out about, did we give that capper the thing I said we would? We're going to need to have this in a place where it's transparent and we can access it at any time. So we chose Google. This is a Google sheet. Every single person on our leadership team has access, and almost every huddle, this is opened up and we're talking about what's happening with onboarding. Okay. So for us, we have created. So first of all, you're going to need a template. This is the template. This is the checklist of every single thing these guys are doing during onboarding. This is the back of the house onboarding, okay? Agent comes in, they sit down, they do their onboarding paperwork with our team, which I'm going to go through with you, all the things we do. And then the leadership team does the back end part of the process. Our standard is that this process is done in 7 days or less. Every single thing on this should be checked off in 7 days or less. Okay, so you're going to have your template. And then each month you simply click on the template, you duplicate it, and then you rename the copy that month. Like that. Okay. If you find as you're building this that things are missing, rather than go into that month and start adding rows and checkboxes, edit your template for the following month. And so your template is always where you need it, so you can recreate it. Does that make sense? So in this example, you guys, I'm going to just go through some of the things we have here. The first thing that happens is you got your agent name. We count out. So for us, our goal right now, there's 8 on here. Our goal in both of my market centers is 12 plus for gross. So we have our goal set up at the top. So if your goal is to gross 10, you're going to have 1 through 10 numbered. As people are scheduled into onboard, the person that gets a commitment and puts them on the onboarding schedule, whether it's agent services, PC coach, team leader, whoever gets the commitment and schedules onboarding, will add them to this tracker. They're going to add their name, phone number, email. We put in a printer code. We also notate if it's going to PC, if they're joining a team, if it's a solo agent, if it's a brand new licensee, if it's a transferring agent. That helps us know kind of where to navigate them. Are they dual career or full-time? Who is their sponsor? That's important for one of the other steps in this. And then if we're going to connect them with someone from the ALC, just as an additional resource, or to join a committee, that person would be added here. Okay. Onboarding date and time, and then we tag the entire leadership team. That's the first step after onboarding, to let them know we've onboarded someone. How do we tag in Google? So in Google, you can grab the person's name, you hit the comment box, you add a comment, and I would add Lindsay, my team, Peyton, Amanda, and I would say, please welcome Monica to the team. And so they're going to get an email notification. They can click on and send a message to Monica. Okay, so they're getting welcomes from the entire team. Okay. The next thing on our list is schedule onboarding. We've already talked about that. Add onboarding documents to a loop. So for us in our market centers, our DFI does the onboarding appointments. Okay, so most market centers, it's DFI, DAS, or MCA. So they're going to create a loop or a envelope, whatever you guys use. If they're transferring from another brokerage, we want to verify that the license was transferred after the appointment. We want to make sure the agent, at least in one of my states, they're supposed to notify the broker that they're leaving, that they're making a change. So did they do that? And then if they're getting reactivated, we want to make sure they're active at the state. Making sure they're active for us gives us the opportunity to do a public facing Facebook post. We can't do that until we know their license is active. Okay. The DFI also does for us. So if you look at the bottom of this, each person has a color. So team leaders in blue, MCA is in yellow, first impressions is in purple, principal broker is in green. And so these people are kind of like going through their parts of the checklist. So my DFI then issues keys and mailbox. They email the building owner for a key fob. We do a welcome gift at onboarding. So they prepare the welcome gift. Everybody on the team signs a welcome card. And then this one has changed a little bit, but if it's a new agent that says removed from Kaplan, they would be moved in Command MC. I'll show you guys our current one. We're always tweaking it a little bit. So this is like V1 for us, version 1. Giving them a tour of the office, notification to put them into Winmore, Scott Leroy questionnaire, their orientation binder, add them to the internal Facebook group, and add them to the Crew app, which for us is a chat program we use as a company. We're going to add them to the orientation tracker. So I'm going to show you guys what that is. It's a first 30-day tracker of activities that they work through with our Director of Agent Services. Send them a calendar invite for the next upcoming orientation. Also send them a calendar invite for the next upcoming headshot. We do free headshots every month in our market centers. That's on the Google Calendar. They get a calendar invite for orientation. They get a calendar invite for headshots. During onboarding, so there's 2 announcements that happen for us. At onboarding, we take a casual photo with the agent doing their paperwork, and that gets posted in our closed Facebook group. So, hey, everybody, please welcome Benji to KW Commonwealth, blah, 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 picture of the agent. We do fun stuff. We do mustaches, Gary Keller mustaches, all kinds of fun stuff. That gets put in immediately. Occasionally, agents have a 2 to 3 day lapse before their license is active. So we want them welcomed internally immediately, and they may not get to have a public facing post for a week. So that's so they can start integrating with the company. We put them in a 3-way text with agent services. So that kicks off their orientation tracker. We put them in a 3-way text with the Teamridge team or the PC coaching coach. If that's a step for them, like, hey, Brian, Benji just onboarded. We want to make sure that you guys get together. We also do this with tech, but we use a Calendly link. So if you have Calendly set up for your team, you can just schedule them into people's calendars that way. We email the association to give them access, sign up or transfer, right? Depending on where they're at, the MLS. We send a new agent card to their home address. We've already talked about that. It's already signed above. Add them to the copier. We send the agent sponsor a congratulations email, congratulating them on sponsoring someone to the company. We add them to an active roster. So we keep an active roster in our Google Drive. So they're added to the roster. So that you guys can kind of see, like, this is all stuff that whatever your internal process is to make sure that we're setting them up properly. If an agent joins your company and they come back and ask you like, hey, where are my keys? We're missing it. They should never have to ask for anything. We should be ahead of them. It's a concierge service. Like, we want to give you everything you need before you have to ask. That's how you solidify a hire, and that's how you get referrals from them. There's some MCA stuff here. And that's kind of what that looks like. I want to show you real quick, if it's okay. I'm going to show you our current one. Because we've made some adjustments with Command. So this is our current one in one of my market centers. You guys can see it's a little bit different. We hyperlink as much as we can in the notes, so the person onboarding can very easily, like the DFI can easily get place to place without having to like go find things, right? We now have integrated Command into this. So here's one, add to Home Builders Association. They all get a Home Builders Association. I'm sure you guys will know in your market what they have access to. In Command, because we do our recruiting in Command, we're removing tags and adding tags in Command to make sure that moving forward, they get all the smart plans, text messages, communication from the office. We're entering KW email contact information in, their phone number, their mailing address, and their birthday. Anybody want to know why we do those things? Smart plans, right? So there's your sponsor congratulations smart plan that the sponsor gets. There's a smart plan that we have for their first 30 days. It's about an 8-touch to make sure they're going to classes, getting their technology set up. Birthday touch from us. They get an anniversary touch from us. They get their neighborhood nurtures once a month. And then we do a onboarding experience feedback, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. And then we check off when that survey is received. Okay, so I'll show you guys like an active version of this. So here's an active version. You can see them checking through boxes. There's August, pretty much all done, right? Remember, the goal is 7 days or less. One other thing we added, if you guys have a recruiting team, we added the column who on the team hired this person. And that is set up that way because we have standards for everyone who hires. And if you're not tracking who's making the hire, it's tricky to know who made the hire, right? I'm going to show you guys our survey. So we use so here, remember, okay, we need 3 referrals from these guys in their first 30 days. First ask for referrals happens at onboarding. So whoever's onboarding your agents, the agent should say, oh my gosh, this is a big, exciting time. We're so excited that you're here. Just curious, you did make the decision to come to Keller Williams. Who else do you know would be a great fit for our company? At onboarding. The second ask happens in an onboarding survey. I'm going to show you the survey. It's sent out in the first 7 days. And the third ask happens in their first 30 days from the team leader. Okay? Anybody have questions before I show you this survey? Or like thoughts, ahas, things you're doing in addition to this, things you want to add based on what you're seeing here? Any thoughts? Are you guys alive? Am I boring you?
We're here. It's just a lot to take in.
I did promise you it would be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for our office, we're in the midst of, we don't have the spreadsheet like you have for your office, but we're transitioning from doing everything on paper to now logging it in Command MC. And as we get to each assignment, we are, or each step, we're assigning it to the person that has to, has that assignment. As far as, making sure DPOR is updated, all forms are corrected, who follow up with the agent once they're onboarded. So this may be something that we may have to do as well, have a spreadsheet so that this way everyone that's part of it can see and not just only see their steps that they have.
That is one reason we haven't moved yet to Command MC, because we can't, there's a couple things we can't do. We can't get hyperlinks in there to do things. You have to manually assign each person with each agent you onboard. So it doesn't go quite as in depth. And here's the thing, I mentioned Macromotus. My suggestion when we built this was actually why we did this. Let's build a Google sheet and go through it 10 or 20 times and figure out what works. And then we'll take that sheet to Macromotus and use their system. Guess what happened? This is free and it works so well. We never went back to Macromotus, right? So, okay, Sarah, you had a question.
Yeah, I'm assuming as we go along, are you going to give us all the elements that are in the list? Like
Yeah.
the location binder, the congrats email template, all those things.
Yeah, you're going to actually get the spreadsheet. That's a like sample one you guys can make a copy of. And then what I can do is I will have Kent, we'll make an edit. We'll put our current one in and I'll have my assistant publish all of our campaigns for you. Okay. So you can see what campaign we use and we'll put them in the library. So you guys can just pull them and modify them if you want to. That help?
Yes, thanks.
Yep. Stephanie, did you have a question?
Yeah. So does your team just know to check this daily, or is there a way to notify them? How does that work?
The DFI for us does most of this. And so in my brain, onboarding is an MCA. MCA owns onboarding. MCA and their team own onboarding, right? So for us, it's MCA DFI. When we hire a DFI, we sit down and help them with their calendar, and they have time allotted in their week to work on this. But we also open this almost every huddle. So we go, who have we onboarded? Because here's the other thing. We have one of these for offboarding. It's much smaller, but we look at who we onboarded, who we offboarded. A couple little things. If it's an R2, we put R2 in here like this. So we know it's an R2. We have a situation in one of my states where we actually onboard them, but their license doesn't activate for like 2 weeks. So they go on here, we still onboard them. We want them to start integrating, plugging in, taking classes. They count as zeros until their license activates, and then they're an actual counter. So we move that column into the next month. So logistically, you got to kind of look at your state process, but the DFI is owning it. And the reason everybody gets tagged is, or your DAS could be owning it, but the reason everybody gets tagged is everybody who has a part knows to get started after that onboarding appointment. I will talk to you about the welcome gift, Amisha. Let me show you guys this survey real quick. So we do an onboarding survey, and just in transparency, I pay this person a bonus based on the number of surveys they receive and communicate. It's not a huge amount of money, but it's enough that it keeps them motivated to go get the dang surveys because I want them. So our survey looks like this. It's a Google form. This is a smart plan. So we now send out the form in a smart plan. And then if she doesn't receive them back, she like texts them, calls them, says, hey, a big part of my role in making sure I'm bringing value is a survey. Can you take 3 minutes to fill it out? They're going to do their name. How would you rate the transition and onboarding with our company? 1 to 5. How is the paperwork process for you? What would you change? Like if you could change anything, what would we need to do differently? Did we cover all of your questions, or do you need to schedule a 1-to-1? How clear are you on who to go to for help or for resources? So I want to make sure they know. Sometimes they say, I have no idea who to ask for help. And then that's a great opportunity for us to reach out to them. How would you rate your experience with the technology? How would you rate the value of our core classes, which I'm going to show you guys? What's one thing we can do to take your business to the next level? Who are the top 3 agents that would benefit for a move to Keller Williams? So again, we're asking again, who do we need to be in business with? And we also ask, who are your favorite vendors or affiliates to do business with? Because we have a goal in each of my market centers to create $20,000 a month in affiliate income. That's why this class is worth the price of admission, because you guys are going to start creating a lot of income for your market center. So we call their affiliate vendors and we reach out and talk to them about our program. And then who had the pleasure of onboarding you at the market center, so we can fill buckets in our team. And then click here to leave a 5-star review for us on Google. And then they check that it's done. So every person we're on, that's why I pay for surveys, because every person we onboard gives us information about the experience. They're also boosting our company on Google, which is the #1 place for reviews right now. And then the person that gets bonus on this has to bring the responses to the huddle, and we review the responses. By the way, we huddle every single day. We've done that for 5 years. So huddles are important. Okay, so that's survey. Somebody asked about what we give. Okay, so let me walk you guys through the onboarding appointment. Let me see if I have that, if that's kind of on my list. Okay, it is. So let's talk about the onboarding appointment. I'm going to pull up a calendar here. Where did my calendar go? Okay, so first thing is, the person that does onboarding appointments for us is our DFI. She has preset onboarding blocks every week, and they set in her Sunday. So we will have 2 to 3 onboarding blocks that set in Sunday. Okay. This onboarding block is pre-built to send out to the person coming in for onboarding. So if I was meeting with a recruit today and they said, hey, we would love to come in and onboard, I would say, okay, great. Let me get you scheduled with our onboarding team. I would open Peyton's calendar. We have shared calendars. Everybody in our team can see each other's calendars. I would open Peyton's calendar and I would say, okay, so for next week, Peyton could do 11 o'clock on Monday, or she could do 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Which one is better for you? And they would say 10 o'clock on Monday. We're going to open the calendar invite. Included in our calendar invite is our address. Of course, your address, right? You're going to edit the invite. You're going to add the person's name. You're going to put them in the block of time. So I said Monday at 10. You're going to add them to the calendar invite. The MCA and the person doing onboarding are going to see this in the calendar or get the notification, right? The calendar invite it basically tells them what to bring. Please bring a credit card, your bank account and routing number, social security number for your beneficiary. We have to have that for profit share. Please watch the pay plan video prior to our meeting. This is a pre-recorded video of us explaining the cap, the split, and the fees. Because one thing we were having trouble with is people were coming in and meeting to onboard, like maybe they had a new licensee, they've been in the process 6 months, and they were like, can you explain to me how the cap works? Well, the DFI doesn't generally do that. So we'd like them to watch the video before they come. We also have a profit share video in here on how you select your sponsor. That's the old version that KWRI created in YouTube. And then we have things you'll cover. So you're going to do your paperwork packet. This is primarily for my team to know. Your paperwork packet, you're going to go into Winmore, Scott Leroy setup, receive your orientation binder, keys, fobs, welcome gift, set up on Facebook and Crew, and bring a headshot if you have one. Let me show you guys. I think I have a little bit updated version of this in my other market center. So this is my Lexington Market Center. They have share the Facebook group link, the chat app, add them to orientation, schedule into our technology person's calendar for a one-to-one, welcome picture on the closed Facebook group. We now offer them an Ignite binder at onboarding for $35. It's a cost to print it. And then if they're going into Teamridge or PC coaching, we initiate a 3-way text. So whoever's onboarding, if somebody has to cover, they at least have a checklist of what has to happen in that appointment. We do onboarding appointments in person, and everything is filled out and completed before they leave the room. It's a 1-hour meeting. That makes sense. And so for us, the welcome gift, I have this in my recruiting presentation, so you'll get to see this. They get a name badge, their first 100 business cards. They get a t-shirt. They get like 5 note cards, a couple of folders, a little bag. There might be one other thing. But when they come in, she has the room set up with like their name on a board, their gift, their orientation binder. So they're coming into what we would consider an experience. That makes sense? Hopefully that helps. So this allows us then to, anybody on the team can schedule an onboarding. We don't have to say, oh, you want to join Keller Williams? Let me call her and see when she's available, or actually I'm going to text her and I'll get back with you. We just schedule them on the spot and we add them to the onboarding tracker. Okay, let me go back over here. We talked about onboarding documents. We talked about the survey. Okay. What, any other questions, takeaways, things that you guys saw there that you want to implement or use in your business? And by doing that, do you guys think you'd have a better experience?
I think this is fantastic. And I love all the hyperlinks.
Yes, hyperlinks are great.
So helpful.
I love the survey. I think that's really good. We're a brand new market center. So as far as growth is concerned, I think it's really cool to have a warm introduction and just say, hey, so-and-so recommended you might like our brokerage. So I really love that part.
It's awesome. Cool. Anybody else? What's our budget, Sarah? The only thing we actually expense in an onboarding, which I'll show you in the orientation binder. We used to have Scott Leroy automatically create name badges and business cards. We now provide a promo code for that. So what was happening is we were making all these name badges and business cards, and there were like 50 sets of them stacked in our office that people weren't even picking up. So that tells me there's no value to that, right? Or they didn't like it, didn't have a picture, their email was wrong, and we were reprinting. It was just a little bit of a mess. So what we do now with that piece of the welcome gift is they can get a promo code. They go create their own welcome box. We do that through Agent Store. They sell promo codes in bulk. And so we'll buy like 20 promo codes. When they go through their orientation binder, it asks them to reach out to a person, agent services or DFI on the team to get a promo code. They send the promo code and they can zero out on a basic business card name badge. What's happened is probably 30 to 40% of them do that. There's a whole other bunch of people that want to just go to Vistaprint or online, they buy their own card somewhere else. But what that promo code allows them to do is upgrade if they want to and pay the difference, right? So they can get as specific as they want with creating that first bundle of cards. That costs us, I think $20. The promo codes are $20, maybe $25 if they use it. The t-shirts we buy in bulk from a printer, so they're probably $7 a piece. And then, you know, you've got a couple folders and note cards. So total for us, like in an onboarding scenario like that, $40. We have added into our, we don't have, thank you for asking, I was getting ready to answer that. We don't have an onboarding fee, but we did add in our onboarding packet. If they leave the company within a certain period of time, they will have to reimburse us $150. And so I'll show you guys our onboarding packet and you'll get a copy of it. We've streamlined it a little bit since we now onboard a lot of stuff in Command. So I think they have to have been with the company a year or sold like 3 or 6 units to be able to avoid that onboarding fee. Otherwise, we just get our money back if they leave. So yeah, we would charge the card on file. That's a great question. Okay, so let me go back. The onboarding documents you guys are gonna have access to. I think this is gonna open a template. So we keep our onboarding documents in Canva. This is the old version. I can show you all the new version if you want. Actually, I'll just show you the new version. Little bit less. So this is a packet that we modify if we need to in Command. It has a billing agreement. So it outlines our monthly bill, what the money goes to, how they're invoiced, and it collects their bank info and credit card info, which I know they put in Command, but my MCA wants to have on file just as a backup. We have 2 pay plans in this market center. So they pick their pay plan and sign off on their pay plan at onboarding. This is the onboarding repayment document. So they have to sell 6 transactions where they've contributed a split, or they have to have been at the office for a year, or they will owe us $150. And then we have a car insurance claim or some basic stuff, key fob agreement, a signage agreement that's based on, for us, the Kentucky or the state policies. We do allow agents to borrow signs. We recommend they do that in an interim while they're ordering signs themselves, but they can check them out for 30 days. If they're damaged, not returned, etc., it explains the fee for us to replace that sign. And then the independent contractor agreement is in here also. So this packet we have uploaded, we still use Dotloop. We've uploaded into Dotloop with fields. And so when you go to Dotloop, we have an onboarding loop, very similar to probably how you would do in DocuSign. I'll show you to help you guys. So in our onboarding loop, it's right here. There's an info sheet. That's that first sheet with a lot of fields. We keep that separate because if we have to modify it, it takes forever to reset up. So we have the info sheet, the rest of the packet. This is our referral brokerage packet, very similar. The affiliate program. So if people are going to join our affiliate program, there's an agreement in here for that, which I'm going to explain that to you guys. A non-solicitation for staff. There's a team policy. So if someone wants to join our company and create a team, we have a team policy agreement in here. And generally we have our PC coaching agreement in here also. So if you have a market center auto enrolling in coaching, you would want to have that agreement in here for onboarding as well. Let's see. Somebody said, do we get pushback on the cap transaction fee? We do not. We've done that in both market centers, the one for 10 years, the other for 5. We have a, let me get my, let me take a note so I can write down what to send you guys. PC coaching agreement. I can send you our old PC coaching agreement, Amisha. We have a transition to Teamridge and we use Livian for that. So they have an agreement, but the thing is whatever program you have, you want to have that paperwork in here so you can very easily go through everything and they are set up when they leave that appointment.
Can I ask I want to make
Sure.
sure I heard you correctly. I was trying to keep it on the chat, but did I hear you say you replaced all your PC coaches with Livian?
Yeah, so we have transitioned to Teamridge in our market centers, and our Teamridge platform is hosted by Livian. Livian is like an expansion team, and they have a market center team model. So they provide what is now the kind of like coaching agreement. And so that is the agreement that our agents sign.
Okay, so when you have new agents join your market center, they have the option to join Livian or just not be coached and figure it out on their own?
Yeah, we basically auto enroll. So the assumption is if they're a new licensee, they're joining our coaching program / Livian. If they push back, like my coaches understand that we're not going to lose an agent that's adamant about not getting that support. So, but our intention in recruiting and everything else is we communicate that you'll be auto enrolled. Yeah.
Can I ask, does that help increase productivity by enrolling them into teams?
It does. Yeah, it does. Because for us, like it's Teamridge, right? So there's a cost to that. And they have a 30-day boot camp they have to complete in order to get a seat in our Teamridge program. So they're coming in, they're doing scripts and role plays, and they have to get their database to 201 plus. You guys know, right? Everything is like interlocked here. They have to get their database to 201 plus. They have to come to a certain number of trainings. And by doing that, they get to level up. So we call it like boot camp or Livian launch. And then they go into Teamridge. Yes, Stephanie.
So auto enrolling them into the Livian expansion network, do they stay there indefinitely until they close so many transactions? What's that look like?
Similar to PC. So it's 10 transactions, or they can stay at, 10 transactions, or if they want a year, I think it's 10 or a year, but they can stay in if they choose to.
Do you have pushback from your other teams about not having the opportunity to recruit that agent to their team?
No, because the ones that are exempt from our PC program are people that teams have recruited themselves. So if a team recruits an agent, they're going to that team. This would be people that we recruited as a market center that are not attached, right? But if another team recruited them, they will definitely go to that team. Yeah, and we work with our teams to recruit. We want them to recruit. I have a team in one office that recruits 4 to 5 agents a month. So like that's a win for us. Yeah. Okay. So that is kind of the onboarding process for us. I'm going to show you guys when we get to recruiting, which is next week, kind of what we do with our command stages. And there's a little piece in there, right, where we now do onboarding. We do that command portion of onboarding with them in person. So they do that. They set up their Scott Leroy. When they walk out of onboarding with us, everything is done. Anybody have questions? Cool. Okay, let's keep going. This is going to be pretty brief. This is an onboarding tracker, offboarding tracker. It's just reversing things we need to reverse, right? If we don't reverse them, bad things happen. Like people have yard sales in your Facebook group with 100 Keller Williams signs. You know how I know that? In my office, they've done it. So this is set up in a way that, one of the very first things we do is we remove them from any mass communication opportunity. So a couple of things on this. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys a different one. I'm gonna show you the current one because we've made a couple of adjustments. So this is our current one. We want their non-KW email address because if it's a KW email address in command, I can't communicate with them anymore when that's shut off. So you got to make sure you have a non-KW email address on file, their phone number, their date of offboarding and roll. We've received requests to leave the brokerage. We tag the leadership team members when people leave, though most of the time we know because we're attempting a save, right? If you've got a mail license to the state, that's in here, notify. We actually do not do this unless we have to. So this one right here, you guys, we don't shut them off. Like in our companies, like we're not going to go in and disable their MLS, disable .loop, because we believe that they may be back. And so my recommendation would be don't do anything to harm them. Keep the door open. I've had one time in 5 years to shut somebody off. And it was because they made a mass attempt to recruit from our company. So we just like shut it all down, right? Key fob policy email sent to the agent. So we have a key fob policy. Y'all saw it in our packet. When they leave, we're going to send them an email that basically states what the policy is. So, hey, you're leaving the brokerage, failure to return your key fob, blah, blah, blah. Please have it in within 24 hours, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so they get that almost immediately from notifying us they're exiting the brokerage. Okay. And then we have a scheduled exit interview with the team leader. Add to offboarded agents in the roster. So when somebody leaves our company, we have a tab in our Google roster for people that have left, because it's not uncommon for us to go through that at times and try to get them back. Or we get a new team leader and they decide to call all the lost agents with a new push or a new story. So you want to have that list. If they're going to our referral brokerage, so we have a referral brokerage. In our referral brokerage, they have two options. They can pay the $50 a month and be what we call a KW referral agent, meaning they still have access to command. They stay in our roster as an active referral agent and they pay the $50 a month, or they can go to the referral brokerage and pay $0, at which time they count as an out. So if they're going into our referral brokerage, we just designate, are you staying in the KW world as a referral agent, or are you out as just sitting in that brokerage? We change labels in command, sign in their keys, remove their mailbox, move them from retention to recruiting. All the things you would do, remove them from the Facebook group, remove them from the crew app, the printer, et cetera, et cetera. If you're doing smart plans or anything like that, when they leave, you would initiate those here. Look good? That one's pretty simple. I would just have some type of policy in place or something in place where you guys reverse things you need to reverse. Okay, so let's talk about orientation. I mentioned the orientation binder. You guys are going to get a copy of this in this packet. I'm going to show it to you. So this is an orientation binder. We keep it in Canva, so we can modify it at any time. They're printed per onboarding. So when an onboarding is scheduled, my DFI goes in and she downloads and prints a packet. It goes in a 3-ring binder. This first sheet is the cover. So white binder cover is the agent's name and our company logo, and that is sitting in their appointment when they show up to onboard. There's a reason for the blank pages. That's so it doesn't print front and back. Okay. So if you see blank pages, you're like, what is all that? That is a printing mechanism. So we're keeping gaps in our packet. These are our locations for this company. We have important office information, so like key people, their contact information, like the brokerage number, the licensing number for the principal broker, or office number for the MLS. So just whatever would be important information for them to have available. We then have a picture of the leadership team, so they can kind of put faces with names. Very similar, but just a little different format. What each person does on our team. So what we focus on. So if they're like, who's the broker again? The broker's on here. We've got a few Kellerisms here, just the main ones you'll hear. You'll see in the back of this, we have like 5 pages of Kellerisms. This is our ALC. So we have a flyer for the ALC and what each committee focuses on. This is the complimentary business card and name badge sheet. It's what they get. It's step-by-step how to get there, including the QR code, and then who to text to get their promo code. So again, we save tons of money offering this. Not everybody takes advantage of it. And then this is the orientation tracker, which I'm going to walk you guys through, but they can scan the QR code and go right to their orientation tracker to see all the things they're going to be working on in their first 30 days. This is information about our technology coordinator. He prefers to chat in Google Chat, so he's got a little walkthrough on how to connect and communicate with him and schedule in his calendar. These are classes that we require and recommend. So we just have a list of classes. We see guys see Ignite and you see orientation and some of that basic stuff in here. Social media or playbooks. So we have a link here for playbooks. They can go access all the playbooks. We also have these posted on our website, which I'll show you next week. The front and back, like growth sheets, the value sheets that KW put out a few years ago. These are all the communities. So you're going to see all the different communities in here. There's a little packet that we got somewhere that we've added. QR code. This is our in-house transaction coordinator, what she offers and the cost involved. There's the Livian information if they're going to join Teamridge or PC Coaching. These are our affiliates. So again, we have quite a few affiliates, and that information is given to them in a variety of different places. There is our Ignite, just kind of like what we offer, the schedule for Ignite. We offer Ignite once a quarter, and we are back to everybody should be attending, and the goal is to graduate with 75% or higher participation. And we have all the Ignite and 3612.3 materials on our website as well. Real Agent Perks, which is insurance benefits. This is our monthly fee, which in this office is $90. It's everything that's included in that fee. So they don't come back and say, well, why am I paying $90? It's in their binder. They know what to look for, what all is included. This is a guy that we partner with for signage. So we have a few sheets in here about different signs, what he offers and pricing, some sample signs. He's one of our affiliates. There's our MVVBP, our 52 items of what is culture, an opportunity map. Kellerisms are in here. These are different pages on Facebook that we think they should join. So you guys can see like the Profit Share Mastermind's on here, and Command Your Conversions is on here, right? Our YouTube channel is on here. Important information that they might want to save, how to connect their laptop to our office printers. There's your step-by-step directions. Marketing packages. We have a cyberbacker that does marketing concierge, like packages, so they can access that there. That's just a fun little cheat sheet. We put a script binder in here, a script packet, so they have scripts. And then we also put, we put sample contracts in here. So, those are the last three things at the end that go in the back of the binder. What, you guys will get this. You're gonna get a template of this, so you can literally go in and modify it. You can change things, whatever you want to do here. What questions do you guys have, or anything you see here that, oh, I will say one more thing. When you build things in Canva, if you guys don't know this, this obviously isn't a Canva class, but anything you build in Canva, you can share a view link with. And so we have a lot of the presentations we do, and like this right here is sent out to them in a smart plan in a digital format. So they will get a binder, but they'll also get their orientation binder digitally through a smart plan. That makes sense? No questions? Nothing? Anybody have anything you do with orientation binders, or like in that welcome appointment that we didn't cover that would be beneficial for everyone else to know? No?
We do talk about Red Day and KW Cares.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, we, I think we have a KW Cares form in our onboarding packet that asks if they want to contribute on their monthly bill, each transaction, or, there's like 3 ways they can contribute. I think that's super important.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah.
a question about the way the binder is sent out on the smart plan,
Yep.
because it's 90 pages. Do you send the whole binder out or do you break it up and they get like the most important documents, or you just send the whole thing on a smart plan?
So what we include is this link. So once it's in Canva, anybody with the link can view. So you're going to copy the link and you're going to say, to review your digital copy of your binder, click here, and it's a link, and it will open up in a browser tab for them that they can literally scroll through like a book.
Okay, and because you're clicking the can view tab, they won't be able to edit it accidentally.
Right. You got to make sure that says can view. You don't want them to edit. Make sure it
Got
says can view. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you literally you put this binder in the smart plan and send it out. You put this link in the smart plan.
Yep. Yep. So, but we also print this, and it's in a 3-ring binder for every person we onboard. So when they come in, they have a printed binder with their name on it that they walk out of onboarding with. And I think they put the current training calendar in there and some other things.
Okay.
Okay. So that was orientation. Okay. So then we have a tracker. We have lots of trackers, you guys. Our director of agent services. So DFI owns the back end market center onboarding piece. Our director of agent services chases them around for 30 days to make sure they're integrating into the company. Okay. So that is done on a tracker, which you probably saw a picture of. This is an old version of this. Let me show you guys an updated version. We used to do this, by the way, we used to do this for 90 days. It was their 30, 60, 90. And what we found is the first 30, they were heavily involved, and we just struggled in the last 60 to 90. So we condensed ours into their first 30 days. Okay. Similar to, I think some market centers do like passports or things like that. You're looking for that same type of experience. And so for us, this is what it's set up almost identically, right? So you're going to have things that they need to do to get their business set up, which is like joining the MLS, setting up showing time, downloading their app, downloading their KW app, their command app, Sentry Key, right? Then we have some real basic things like, did you order your complimentary business cards and name badge? Did you connect to the printer? So just orientation type stuff. It matches the binder, but a person on our team is checking in on them, right? And then we have command kickstart. So command overview, setting goals, creating opportunities, building a design, getting your email signature in place, creating a Facebook business page, right? And then we have some activating command items like customizing your website, building 10 opportunities, adding 10 referral partners, setting up smart plans, right? You guys know every market center has vital sign scoring. My recommendation would be that the things you're graded on in vital signs is integrated into your system. And then we have classes that we want them to attend. So, pretty simply, the person on my team reaches out and says, hey, when you come into the next market center meeting, you've not attended, right? And then call with the team leader, 30-day recap. We ask that they attend. So one of my market centers now has Kaplan or K-Score. The other one doesn't. So we do tuition reimbursements. In order to qualify, they need to have shown up and attended the 8 classes we ask them to attend. For us, our goal is 90% completion on this within their first 30 days. You guys can just see what's great about this is, you can see as a market center team, who's engaging, who's not engaging, where we need to show up and help, all of that good stuff.
Wait, there's formulas for each person so you can see the percentage?
Yeah. So
Wow.
you can see like here, this person did 100%. These 4 people did not. So it just
Do you
adds,
see a
as
correlation?
they check their own boxes on this one. And as they check boxes, it adds up the percentage. Does that make sense? Do we see a correlation? Yeah, I think we see that we sometimes hire people and they do nothing, and we look up in 3 months they're gone, or 6 months. This is most important, I think, for new licensees. A lot of the top producers are not going to do this checklist, but yeah.
I'm so low tech, so forgive my ignorance. Since the recruits are checking or the new agents are checking their own boxes, you share this entire, you share this entire checklist with them, so they see where they measure up in relation to other agents?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we started this one during COVID, and we actually onboarded them or did orientation in groups, like 3 or 4 people would come, and they named their group, and they were color coded, and it was like a contest. It was wild. People were super competitive. So, I think that, yeah, I think it helps for them to look and say hey, I'm doing nothing. Now, here's the thing. You've got to have the right people. We've had people on our team who have not chased them down and held them accountable. So you can see I have months where this is better and months where it's not.
Yeah.
You got to have the right person that cares enough to partner with the agents on this one. Yeah. Stephanie, did you have a question?
Yeah, so when an agent joins a team, how does that differ with all the tasks and orientation that you're doing, or is it the same for anyone regardless of if they join a team or not?
If they're joining a team, it would be modified. We don't see a high level of engagement with people joining teams. There's some basic things they're going to need, and more than anything, my person is going to be touching base, how are you doing? We have a smart plan. Again, we have an 8-touch smart plan that is tied to this tracker, where it sends out the link. Hey, just checking base, what can I help you with? Are you getting through your tracker? Or do you want to meet one-to-one? And we found that really helps. Yeah. What other questions do y'all have?
I have one.
Okay.
Your helper person, the ALC that's tied to your new agent, are they getting paid in any way?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah. I know what you're asking. Yes. Are they getting paid? Yeah. So for us, Director of Agent Services does the new licensee recruiting. So they are the person that works with them from signing up for classes to touching base to testing. They do onboarding with our DFI, but they're back in orientation with that same person that's walked them through licensing. My girl gets a $250 bonus on every person we hire on the first transaction they close that they pay company dollar. So for her, getting them through that 30 days, integrating them into training, getting them into Livian, whatever that looks like, every person that has a first closing, she gets a $250 bonus. And that's also part of her recruiting bonus. Because the more people she recruits, the better the bonus.
I have a question about the tracker that you use to track your bonuses for your team.
Yeah.
Do you have a spreadsheet for that?
I don't have a spreadsheet. My MCA has a spreadsheet that she uses. I have a leadership team compensation plan for bonusing that I can send you. And you wanted the PC coaching agreement too, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. We set up a compensation plan with our leadership team. When we net 5, everybody on the team gets a bonus, a profit bonus. And I mean, even my DFI, and it's a small amount. It might be $100, but if you look at $100 for a profit bonus and you're getting 10 surveys, which is, I pay her $25 a survey, you know, that's $250, $300. That's $400 a month in bonuses. People in an entry level position will hustle up for $400 or $500 in bonuses.
So I'm specifically asking for the tracking. So like, let's just say your agent services person onboards 10 people for the month, and then, but they're all having their transactions at different times. How do you track that?
Yeah. Every month we do awards, the third team meeting of the month. So we do a team meeting with the Market Center every week. The third meeting is awards. We actually have a slide, first closing, at the Market Center. So my MCA knows, I think KW in the reports has a first listing, first closing report. So we would know these 10 people just had their first closing. And then those are the people that she would get bonused on, as long as they're paying company dollar. Like if we've cap managed somebody, like I will pay her on an agent that joins a team or is a capper if she's doing the work in that tracker, as long as they're paying company dollar. I can't pay her a bonus if I have no company dollar, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing you say is you use the reports. And
Yes,
then you take the names from the award ceremony.
that's right.
Okay.
Well, I'm not the MCA, but my guess is she's looking at all those first closings on the report, and then she's verifying that there's company dollar, and that's who she bonuses that person off of.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So any other thoughts or questions on orientation binder stuff? Oh my gosh, are you guys geeking out on systems? It's a lot. I know. I've had some fun conversations with KWRI about systems. So I'm very passionate about it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen, and we're gonna talk about our affiliate program. So how many of you guys run affiliate programs in your Market Center? Meaning you're partnering with lenders, title, home inspectors to create outside income. What's your target in your program? Anybody want to share? Like, what's the goal? Do you have a standard? Does anybody have a really robust program? How many people are in your program? Anybody want to share?
Well, we're a new Market Center, and we're just now literally putting ours together. Today we got a draft, and something you said piqued my interest. You said our goal is to create a $20,000 a month. And so as we were putting ours together, some thoughts that we had was kind of one and done annual, even though we know that receiving the money monthly would be better. What type of I guess tracking system? Our thought process was, because we're so lean with just 3 employees, we didn't want to have our MCA trying to track people down for money each month. what are your, I guess, what is your framework looks like so that you're actually generating the money monthly versus annually or quarterly?
I think she sets the affiliates up on just billing, similar to the agent billing monthly. So she's got the vendors. I'm going to show you the packet they sign, but they just provide a credit card, and
Mhm.
my MCA runs their billing monthly.
Okay,
So you could do it annually. I mean, it's just going to depend on the kind of like what you all want to navigate. I mean, I guess if I could we have affiliates paying $1,600 a month. I don't know that they would write us a check for 20 grand. If they would, it would make her job a lot easier. I mean, I'm sure. And then you don't have to worry about them dropping out, right? Like you've got their money. They're gonna stay in the program. So I will share, I'm going to just show you guys, our trackers are all very similar, and you guys, again, you'll get a copy of this. So first of all, let me just preface this to say, when I started in the Cincinnati Market Center, they had one lender, one title, one home warranty, and one home inspector. And one of the biggest bits of feedback I got was nobody liked the lender. It was the OP's lender partner at that time. Nobody liked the lender. They didn't like any of them. And so my thought was, okay, so in the world we live in with sales and competition, wouldn't we want to provide more options as long as the affiliates are getting the value? So what I did is I reached out to all of the affiliates that reach out to us, right? You guys know this. They come in and out of the market center, and they want to get in front of your agents. So here's some rules for us. If you have someone in a seat, meaning I have a lender affiliate, there are no other lenders that are going to get access to my agents unless they join our program. Period and end of story. I have a partner there. They're paying us money. My agents are off access, not accessible. They can't come past our front desk, right? If they bring us cookies, we'll take the cookies, but they're not going to get in front of the agents. Okay, that's kind of a joke. You guys are not laughing with me. But if I don't have an affiliate, so let's say that like I don't have a home stager right now. If I have a home stager call me and they're like, can I get in front of your agents? We will let them sponsor an event, a class, or a lunch or a training one time. And then we will sit them down and talk to them about joining our program. Sometimes we need other people to step in. We just wouldn't bring in someone else if we already had that area covered. So you got to kind of like protect the people that are investing in you, right? So our affiliate program, what I did when we relaunched this is we did an info session. We were doing these once a month, and just inviting all the people that had sent us information about wanting to be part of our agent's business. We got them all in an info session, and we pitched the value I'm going to show you. And I think my first info session, I had 10 people sign up. So we put them into the program, and they sign up for 1 year at a specific level, which I'm going to show you, and they get specific value for what they pay for. We probably have 20 or 25 partners. There's only 2 or 3 MSAs, true MSAs. Most of these are just like marketing partnerships. They pay us, we provide a value. Okay. Amisha, what question did you have?
I thought I heard you say that you wanted to create competition, but then I heard you say you don't let another person come in if you already have that spot filled. So do you do more than one vendor for each? Like if you were to have a stager, would you have 2 or 3, or would you only have 1?
Oh, okay. We allow multiple in each category. We only allow 1 platinum affiliate, and platinum gets more stuff. So we get 1 platinum. Platinum in this office pays $1,600 a month. There's only any number of gold or silver affiliates can be in the program, but they have less stuff, like less access.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will show you guys this tracker. So this is our affiliate tracker. Very similar setup, right? The way this works is we have silver, gold, and platinum levels. For us in this market center, silver is $250 a month, gold is $800 a month, platinum is $1,600 a month. Okay, so they are getting basically, this is the tracker that my DFI also uses to go through and check off and make sure they're getting the value that they signed up for monthly. But they're basically getting, if they're silver, they get everything in these categories. So they get an introductory Facebook post, they get the roster sent to them monthly. They get one area in our market center where we will display their information. They're on all the affiliate sheets distributed to the agents. They're listed in an internal Facebook post. They go on a slide in the team meeting. They can teach 2 lunch and learns or CEs per year, participate in Red Day, and they get to go, all of these guys get to be in our closed Facebook group and chat up. And then if they're gold, they essentially are getting all of that. So they're getting more. And then if they're platinum, they get all of it. So that's kind of how we've set it up, and you guys will get this, but you can go through and decide what you want to do in your program. And what I found is marketing and exposure is the most valuable thing. Like they can take our agent roster and put in their CRM. We will sometimes we do a weekly sales meeting. We have lunch every week. Our affiliates pay monthly to be in the program, and they pay to sponsor lunch. We don't ever buy lunch as a market center. So they will, the monthly is just the marketing stuff. If they're going to come in and speak at a sales meeting, they're also going to provide lunch to the agents. Occasionally we will have 2 sponsors in one meeting. We would never do like 2 lenders in the same meeting. So again, just like protect that relationship and make sure that they're set up for success. On the flip side of this, you guys, when you have affiliates, it's a big circle. I think of a market center as a circle of momentum. If you have affiliates, they're going to sponsor lunch to your team meeting. We need to have a lot of agents at the team meeting. If there's not a lot of agents at the team meeting, they're not going to come back. So we have to provide value in the team meeting to attract affiliates to buy lunch in order for them to keep coming, in order for more agents to keep coming. Let's see. Do they rent space? We do have affiliates that rent space. If they rent space in the market center, they're paying for an affiliate level program. Usually they're paying the gold level, and then they pay market rent, which is typically more than what we charge the agents. They have, most of the ones that will rent spaces have an amount designated by their company that's based on square footage. Guys, we rent offices. My conference room is rented and my lobby is rented. My training room is rented. Meaning they are paying me for those spaces to have their marketing material exclusively in that space. So I have a lender that rents my conference room. He pays me $1,000 a month. The TV in the conference room scrolls their stuff, right? $1,000 a month. So yeah, definitely rent space if you have space to rent.
I'm sorry. Is that on top of the MSA?
In that scenario, he's paying $1,000 a month for the space, and it's part of his program. Some of them do a level like gold and they just rent an office. Others, their agreement because of their company requires that they just rent a space. And it's usually more than what you would typically rent space to your agent. Like if the agents are paying $3 a foot, generally like an affiliate can pay up to $6 or something. It's more money.
Okay, and one more for clarity. So for example, we have an insurance agent who they need to have space in our office. In this case, in your case, they would be charged a little bit above market rent for the space, and they would opt into the affiliate
Yes.
program.
Oh yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a like to get into the market center every day, you're gonna have to pay a premium, you know. They're
And how
gonna
many agents do you have?
One of my market centers has 250-ish and one has like 215.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, any other questions on that tracker? Tracker is a tracker. We do send out a survey once a month to the affiliates, similar to our onboarding survey. My DFI sends that out monthly. The affiliate survey looks like this. So they're going to put their email, which office. I have 2 offices. They pick their office. How many referrals did you get from our agents this month? What, if any, can we do in the next 30 days to bring you more value? Would you like to teach a class next month? So this goes out about the 15th because we want to know from them if they want to be on our training calendar the next month. Which of our agents is supporting you well? And who is one agent that is not currently at Keller Williams that we should connect with this week? So this is to make sure that we're doing a great job. And we review these surveys as well. And then we have a template in Canva, which you guys will, you will see. These are Facebook posts. We just keep these in Canva. These go out on our external Facebook pages every month with our current affiliates. So we're promoting them on social media. We've got about 5,000 followers in each office. They like that. It's just another piece of the value add to be in our program. The DFI manages the affiliate value pieces for us. The DFI and MCA sign up the affiliates, and the MCA bills the affiliates. Let's see. Do you charge agents to rent conference room? No, we do not. Like, Sarah, we charge agents in one of my offices right now, like $300 to do events here, which is like the cleaning fee. Agents can rent private offices, but all of the other spaces they just reserve in the intranet. So we have a bunch of like bullpen, open areas, presentation rooms, and things like that. Yep.
I have a question.
Sure.
With the intranet, so we're a brand new market center and they didn't set us up on the intranet. They told us that the intranet is going away.
Yeah.
And so every time somebody brings it up, I cringe because I'm like, we can't do that. What will be your way of communicating with your agents for like bookings and stuff once the intranet goes away?
So we're moving into a new market center right now. Our intention is to do what KWRI does. I don't know the actual program, but at KWRI, they have like an iPad, kind of like an iPad at each room. And people can go up and just reserve the room, and the bookings are in there. So I would just go into like the agent services Facebook group and say, like, what program are you replacing the intranet with for booking rooms? There are already quite a few offices doing that.
Okay. All right.
We just started. We've struggled with the training tracker for quite some time too. And
Yeah.
we just got a used iPad that we go into KW Connect and we have them check into their classes, like in the room, like pass the iPad, check into class. I don't know. I know some offices are doing better at that, but I think since COVID, there have been some challenges with like the internet, class check-ins and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys our training calendar. You may recognize it. I think family reunion last year, our calendar was displayed. We build this in a Google Drive. It looks like this. The calendar is a collaborative piece of value for our market center. Collaborative meaning my DFI puts all of the repeating classes on. So every Thursday we have a weekly sales meeting. If there's a guest or a sponsor, they're included in the calendar. So ALC meetings, committees, weekly or monthly sales meeting, orientation, all that stuff repeats. DFI puts those on the calendar, and the DFI finalizes and prints a pretty version of this. Okay. We also keep it in the drive. The team leader is responsible to make sure that we have recruitable and top 20% valuable classes on this calendar. And our agent services does a lot with technology. So she navigates, what tech classes do we need, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing is like stuff is going on the calendar from the team throughout the month. Our targets are by the third Friday of the month. Oh, I'm sorry, by middle of the month, the calendar is about 90% done. We review it as a team. By the third Friday, it is 100% complete and printable, because now we have to go enter this either into KW Connect, the internet. We've got to create 100 posts, events, like all the stuff you do to promote this has to happen. And they need like a week to do that. So you want to have a real like deadline and target line for your calendar. So this is October for us. You can tell it's not done, but it's the 20th and all like kind of like bones are in it. If we go out to November, so November, we know we're doing Ignite and 36-12-3. So that's on there. Pretty much everything else is not. So the calendar is always, we're always working ahead for our calendar, but we work on it collaboratively. This calendar is live on our company website all the time. All the links, like you can click on each class and access it on Zoom. So the links are on here. And we make it available to recruits, the public, other agents, our agents. It's all out there.
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
The first question is, on your website, is it color coded on your website? Because right now ours isn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the website, which I'll show you real quick. Our website is that calendar, like it pulls it from that Google sheet. So whatever you see there is going to show up over here. It's exactly the same calendar, and they can tab through the different months and see the classes as it's being built out. So it's literally that Google page on the calendar.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So what I like about a calendar like this is we send them all to our website, and if we need to change a link or anything like that last minute, the calendar is live. Meaning we don't have to like we can go in an hour before a class if we need to change a Zoom link, because that happens, right? Stuff that gets, and you can change it. And when they go to log in, the link is correct.
And then the other question I had was, I missed one. I know that the MCA does the tech, the TL does the top 20%, but what does the agent services? What is she? Oh, she's responsible for the bones.
Okay, our DFI does the bones. Agent
okay.
services. Okay, so she's responsible for all of those required classes on her 30-day tracker, in anything technology related that would come up, right? So she teaches, you can see on here, every Friday she teaches a little tech thing, because she focuses a lot with agents new to our technology and helping them get that going. The MCA teaches orientation, anything financial, P&L, wealth building, how to get paid. So contact to commission request and command, our MCA teaches. And then the team leader is responsible to make sure that, do we have a calendar here that we can recruit to, is there value, right? And then you guys can see, I didn't mention this, MAPS Coaching has free classes every month. I wouldn't fill your calendar with junk. We used to put all the Scott Leroy stuff on here. Nobody used it, but we do put the free MAPS Coaching sessions on here. Because like, why not? We want our agents to sign up for coaching.
Got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anybody else have questions on the calendar? Nope. Okay, cool. I just added, so it's 2:39. We have 20 minutes. I added 2 things to this class that I did not have before. One of them is our GPS. Does everybody in here have a Market Center GPS? Yes. You're going to get a sample of our Market Center GPS. It's pretty in depth. And why I wanted to show you guys this was, I did a call with KWRI a couple of weeks ago. We're working on one of the playbooks for market centers, and it's tied to value. It's market center events. And we went through this, and I sent this in, but I've also seen market center GPSs that are one sheet, and it's the business plan for a brokerage. So my encouragement to you, if you don't have a Market Center GPS, you're going to have a great template to use, and you can see all of the stuff we do in ours. So this is the GPS, right? Front page. We break down each priority into an additional tab. So there's our productivity tab. This is our retention tab. My recommendation is to make sure that you're clear on the responsible party. And then there's our growth tab. And you guys can tell it's not super pretty, but it's all the things that we have really put in place in the Market Center to make sure that we gross for us. We want to be black belt or higher, grossing 20 or netting 60 or both. So these are in here. You'll have access to this. There'll be ideas in here. And the thing I wanted to show y'all today that I added to this is we do an event every single month. Okay, so each month of the year, you have 4 quarters, right? And each quarter has 3 months in it. So each 3-month quarter, we do 3 things. 1 month, we do a pop by to the agents from the Market Center. So I'll give you an example of this. Most Januaries, we go out and we buy Pop Rocks, and we take a little pack of Pop Rocks. We put a cute little card on it, popping into 2023, and we put them in all their agent mailboxes. Okay, we've done popcorn, we've done American flags, we've done seed packets, we've done scratch off tickets, all kinds of stuff. But the goal is that the cost of that item is like 50 cents to $1. If you don't have the money, get an affiliate to sponsor it with you. Do your little tag, and it's the Market Center tag and that affiliate, and you go out and you buy them all $1 scratch offs and put in their box. What we're trying to do is demonstrate to our agents and teach them how to send value to their database so they can take the pop by idea and they can go do it themselves. Okay. Sometimes, like twice a year, instead of doing a pop by from the Market Center to the agent, we will do a pop by workshop. And a pop by workshop, so we did one, what's one? Christmas is a great time. The holidays are a great time to do one. So last year at the holidays, basically the agents could pay $35 to get 25 pop buys. And we had them RSVP a designated number of pop buys. And on pop by workshop day, so we ordered all the materials. So let's say we had 500 pop buys, and this agent was going to do 25, and this was going to do 50, and this was going to do 125 or whatever. They paid for their materials. They showed up at the Market Center. We had little seats. Their stuff was all at their seat. 25 hot cocoa packets, bags, mini marshmallows, candy canes, Hershey Kisses, and they would come in and assemble their own pop buys for Christmas. And we had somebody in the room that made custom tags with their branding on it, and we printed them and they tied them on. They stayed for 2 hours. We served wine, I think, or champagne, turned on Christmas holiday music, and they walked out of there with a big bag of made pop buys that they went out and delivered to their clients. Okay, so each quarter, 1 month, either the Market Center is going to provide the agents a pop by, or we're going to do a pop by workshop. The second month of each quarter, we're going to do an agent event. Agent event would be our holiday party. We've done Reds games. We did a big company cookout like 2 weeks ago in one of my offices. We have done Top Golf. We've done going to Keeneland, which is a big horse track here. It's whatever you want to do to get your agents together. Could be Red Day is one of your quarterly events, right? So once a quarter pop by, once a quarter Market Center agent value event. The third thing that happens each quarter, so the next month, is we do a client event. So the Market Center hosts a client event for our agents. So one of the most popular ones we do is the Reverse Bold 100 events. Does anybody do this in your Market Center right now? No, not yet. Sarah's launching a Market Center. So
I'm taking all the notes.
Take all the notes. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a reverse bold 100, but here is some ideas for client events. Okay, every year in November, we do Pi Day as a brokerage. We send out a sign-up sheet to our agents. Please RSVP for the number of pies you want. The pies are, in one of my offices, actually both of them, we offer all the flavors. So we use Costco pies. They can buy pumpkin for $6. Apple, I think, is like $9, and pecan is $13, whatever Costco offers. They RSVP their pies. We give them all of the marketing material for their Pi Day event. And then we host it in the market center. So we put up the big backdrop for photos. We have all their pies separated. We do a hot cocoa and hot cider bar. Their clients come in and out of the office all day and pick up pies. A lot of them do custom stickers on their pies, or they have affiliates sponsor their pies. But essentially, that is an example of a client event. We've done flower giveaways. We've done, we did a small business expo where everybody promoted to their database. Hey, if you have a small business, come out, and we set up like a, what do you call that? Vendor fair. It's a vendor fair, essentially. Just things like that. So it's just a client. We've done, Halloween, we've done trunk or treat. We've done the big blow up movie screen. Just anything you would expect an agent to do. We did an Easter egg hunt at a park once and provided food, and they could invite all their clients out to that, like just us hosting an event for them. Yes, you will get a recording of this. The big one though, you guys, is we do these reverse giveaways. So when you go to Bold, they talk about the Bold 100. We do something called the reverse Bold 100, or it's where the clients, they promote an event, an agent promotes an event, and all of their clients call them and enter to win. So what we do as a market center is we host these events as a market center for and with our agents. Okay. Here's how it works. We select a prize. So we just did one for Bengals, for the Bengals ticket. I don't know if y'all follow me on Facebook. We did this. It was yesterday was the giveaway. So first of all, they get a marketing instruction toolkit. And if you were around for Bet on Red, this will look very familiar. So best practices, the toolkit includes for the agents an email to send out to their database about the giveaway, a script to call and talk about their giveaway, a text about the giveaway, and then Facebook posts. And we create the deliverables for marketing. So you guys can see, here's some of the deliverables. This giveaway, which yesterday, it was a $1,200 prize. We gave away 2 tickets to the Bengals and Steelers game. We gave away a Yeti on wheels, 2 Bengals chairs, a blanket, and 2 Bengals tumblers, $1,200 prize. The agents participate by contributing $50. So we needed 24 agents to contribute $50 to cover the cost of the giveaway, and they promote it for 4 weeks like it's their personal event. And so we have a designated date and time. It was yesterday from 2 to 6. Their clients called them and entered to win. The Market Center has a Google form. So the agents all come to the office. We have a potluck style thing. The agents sit down. They have the Market Center's Google form. Their phone rings. They enter in the information. We ask 7 questions: name, phone number, email, mailing address, and birthday. Are you currently a licensed real estate agent or interested in a career in real estate? So we had like 75 people yesterday raise their hand and say, I'm interested in a career in real estate. We had 660 entries, 75 interested in a career in real estate. And then the last question is, who do you know that's going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the next year, or would be interested in a refinance, which is kind of not applicable right now. So all the marketing materials are included. They blow up social media. And we do a giveaway that we facilitate. It gives them an opportunity for $50 to get to give away a huge prize. And they absolutely love it. It's like crazy Crazy, crazy, crazy. There you go. It's illegal in Missouri. So just make sure that it's legal for you. We've done overnight stays at destinations. We've done cash giveaways. Oh, so yeah, that would probably be, so in our state, we cannot pay a commission on a closed deal to a non-licensed person, but we can do giveaways. So just check your state, make sure that it works, and make sure your OP, Market Center Leadership Broker, and all that's okay with it. These are huge. If you can't do a giveaway, do an event, like host an opportunity for them to do. We've done all kinds of stuff with events. So we do, okay, remember, each quarter, 3 things are going to happen. 1 month, we're doing a Popeye. 1 month, we're doing an agent event for the Market Center. And 1 month, we're doing a client event for our agents. So 4 times a year, we do client events with the agents. 4 times a year, we have agent events. And 4 times a year, we do pop buys or pop buy workshops.
So
And
these
what's-
giveaways are one of the agent events throughout the year?
These are one of the client events.
Client events, okay.
Yeah, so we've done client events, we've done like cookouts, we've done we always do Pie Day in our market centers. We usually do 2 giveaways a year. So we do like 2 kind of events and 2 giveaways. I will show you guys, I think I'll show you some photos real quick of yesterday. The agents love this, and it's part of the value that we provide in our recruiting appointments, interestingly enough. So I'm going to show you some of the photos. So this was our team meeting. So this is during the giveaway. All these guys are inbounding calls. So I think we had 28 participate. It's a lot of fun. There was the prize. So we did a Bengals giveaway. Everybody dressed up like Bengals too. We did Spirit Week. So every day of the week for the last week, there was some type of theme. It's a lot of fun. I was going to see. That's them. Okay. So we do the drawing live. So all the names, remember, all the names are going on in a Google form. So we have all the names, we pull all the names and we put them in a spinner. The spinner is wheelofnames.com. There's the winner. So the Market Center creates a graphic with the person's first name and last initial. All of the agents share the graphic like it was one of their clients. Like, people don't realize it's a brokerage event because they're like, congratulations to Ralph for winning the prize. And then the last thing that we do is if we have extra money, so let's say we needed 24, but let's say 40 people signed up. The extra money, we split it. Half of the extra money goes to KW Cares. The other half of the money, we put all of the agents in, and they go back in the spinner for an agent prize. And so I thought I had a picture. I didn't have a picture, but we had an agent win the overage yesterday. So those are that's like us as a market center. You'll see in our GPS, like, we try to teach our agents to do 33 to 36 touch, bring value to your database, do events, do giveaways. And so that's our market center demonstrating it and partnering with them on it so that they can learn how to do it and they love it. It's so much fun. So you guys, it is 2:54. We have been through 2 hours. We have 6 minutes left. So I would love to hear from you guys. And we will do a survey, by the way, at the end of this class. But my goal is, I got to show you one more quick thing. Hold on. I'm going to give you all of the events we've ever done. So in the tracker, those are a bunch of the events we've done. You guys will get access to all of these events that you'll be able to go in and see the toolkits for, and the communication and graphics and things that we used to promote those. So that's the last thing of value in that tracker. So what were your takeaways? Somebody asked how many agents. I have 255-ish in one of my market centers and about 215 in the other office. So what'd y'all learn? What are you gonna put into action? Is there anything I missed that you would do differently?
All of this was very helpful. I'm gonna have to go back and when you send out the video link, just watch it with the rest of the leadership team or share it with them so we can all collaborate together. You know, I may hear one thing that I may like, but someone else may hear something else that they may like, which may
That's
be
right.
better suited for our office. So all the information has been great, very helpful, appreciative, and thank you for doing this.
Of course. Of course.
This is amazing that you put this all together.
Well, thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I know that we're not quite in command, but I think, you know, you guys get, the thing is build it and run through this stuff and see what works so that when you do have the opportunity to move into that system, you already have a process and a standard around your process that you're going to hold, you know? Anybody else? Questions, takeaways? Okay. You guys, I appreciate you coming. We will get, my assistant Kent is going to send out that drive file. We have this updated recording, so we're going to get that in there, and then you guys will have access to get in there and play around with all of the stuff. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here.
Thank you,
Right,
Tara.
thank
Really
you.
It was
Thank
awesome.
you. See you next week.